Am I playing you? Are you playing me? Are we playing for fun? Are we playing for keeps?
Hey guys, Kara Suture here, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a comparison review, and it's something that I haven't really done before. Now for the comparison today, I'm going to be covering 5 different lubes by the company Sliquid. In total they have 12 different lubes, and they also have 8 different bath and body products between washes and cleaners and things along those lines. Now the 5 that I'm reviewing today I am a huge fan of, I absolutely love, and I think that they are fantastic products. Before I begin, I just want to throw it out there that within the last 6 years, which for me is the time that I started working in a adult novelty store and then made my way into making these videos, quite a bit has changed within the adult novelty industry. For one thing, when I first started within the brick and mortar store, almost every single lubricant contained glycerin or harsh chemicals or both, and very quickly got sticky, tacky, goopy, slimy, dried out, or just basically dissolved or disappeared, which meant that you had to keep reapplying it, and for you and I as a consumer, that's shitty. For big business, it's genius, because it means that you're going to keep reapplying, you're going to go through the product faster, and therefore you're going to buy the product faster, and therefore put more money into their pocket. However, as I said, things have changed. There have been more and more environmentally friendly, body-conscious, and trustworthy brands that have popped up when it comes to sexual wellness and intimate accessories. It's with that in mind that I am such a huge fan of Sliquid. Not only are their products vegan-friendly, but they're also hyperallergenic, hygienic, non-toxic. They don't get sticky or tacky, they don't get goopy, they don't dissolve really, really quickly. They're glycerin-free, glycerol-free, DEA-free, paraben-free, sorbitol-free, latex-compatible, along with a list of other things that they are free of when it comes to chemicals. So for those of you that worry about what you put in your body, and for those of you that want to make conscious choices when it comes to your own sexual wellness, well, this is a fantastic line of products that you could possibly buy. As for the products that Eden Fantasy sent me so that I could do this comparison review, I received their Sliquid Swirl in Cherry Vanilla, Sliquid H2O, Sliquid Silver, Sliquid Sea, Sliquid Silk. In regard to the reviews, the first 3 products that I'm going to be covering are their water-based lubes. And with regard to latex, they're perfectly safe. You can use protection and don't have to worry about it breaking them down. You could also use them with any intimate accessory that you wanted, and you could also use them any way that you wanted. So you could use them orally if you wanted, or in the front, or in the rear end, if you catch my drift. First up is Sliquid H2O, and as I said, it is their very basic water-based formula. Now, as you can see, it is translucent, there's no color to it, there's no scent, and there's no taste at all. Now, it does glide on very smooth, is very slippery, has a slightly gel-like consistency, but with the slight amount of friction, it does turn slightly pasty white and becomes a little bit gummy. Now, having said that, it's not necessarily sticky, it just absorbs very nicely into the skin and leaves me feeling very, very soft. Now, on that note, I do want you guys to keep in mind that I am testing this on the back of my hand to show you. Now, obviously, a hand cannot naturally lubricate, so that's not going to help with really trying to show you guys. So if you're female and you're aroused, there is a very likely chance that your natural fluids are going to mix with the lubricant and help keep it moist. Now, if you do find that it's drying out, you can always reapply, or you can add a little bit of water. Now, fortunately, with these products, a little does go a very, very long way. So even if you do have to reapply, you're applying only a little bit. Next up is Sliquid Swirl in the fantastic cherry vanilla flavor. I absolutely love this stuff, and I have to say it is quite possibly one of the best tasting lubes I've ever tried. Now, as you can see, it is translucent just like the other water-based lube. It smells like cherries and fruit and sweet candies. Now, as for the taste, it tastes like cherry cupcakes. It's absolutely amazing. There is no harsh aftertaste, there's no burning in my throat, there's no itchiness in my throat, I don't feel nauseous, I don't have a disgusting taste on my tongue. This stuff is absolutely fantastic. Now, just like the other lube, it has a gel consistency and glides on very, very smooth. Again, turns slightly white and pasty, but it's not sticky, it's not tacky, it doesn't make me feel like I'm coated in product. Leaves me feeling soft and supple and very, very smooth. This stuff has got to be one of the best flavored lubes I have tried. Rounding out the basic water-based lubes is their Sliquid Sea, and just like the others, it's translucent, has a slightly salty or soapy smell, and a little bit of a soapy taste. It isn't too bad. I have had some horrible water-based lubes, and this is definitely not one of them. Now, as for the consistency, again, glides on smooth. It is a little bit thicker than the others, so it tends to last a little bit longer. But again, becomes pasty and white and then quickly dissolves into the skin, leaving you feeling soft, supple, and not at all coated in product. It's not sticky, it's not goopy, it's not tacky. Now, as for the sea part, it's because it's infused with carrageenan, wakame, and nori, which is all seaweed. Now, while I can't speak for the benefits of seaweed, I have posted a link below that will take you to a place where you can find all of the benefits when it comes to seaweed. Next up is Sliquid Silk, which is their hybrid mixture of water-based lube and silicone. Now, as you can see, it is white, and it's also much thicker than the other three lubes. As for the smell, slightly acidic, and as for the taste, again, slightly acidic, slightly soapy, and somewhat pungent. This isn't something that I would suggest for oral use, so if you are thinking of that, yeah, not so much. However, because it's a different lube in regard to the composition and the lasting power, it also lasts quite a bit longer, and it takes quite a bit more time to get it to turn white and pasty. However, when it does spread out, it doesn't even show up. You can't tell that it was white. It also doesn't stain clothes or sheets, for those of you that will wonder and ask. And it, again, absorbs very nicely into the skin and doesn't leave you feeling sticky, tacky, or coated in product. For those of you that want something that lasts a little bit longer, then I would highly suggest this. However, if you're also thinking of using it for oral play, yeah, not so much. Last but definitely not least is Sliquid Silver, and this is their silicone lube. Now, I did find that compared to other silicone lubes from different makers, that this was relatively thin. However, it didn't necessarily affect the amount that I needed or how long it lasted. It still lasted just as long, but it's very thin. Now, you don't need a lot, and as you can see, like the others, it is clear. It's not a gel-like consistency. It is very runny. There's no smell. There's no taste to it, although I'm not going to taste it because it is silicone. If you put silicone in your mouth, you're washing your mouth out with soap for days. But it does glide on very, very smooth. It's not sticky, it's not tacky, it leaves you feeling very supple, not at all coated in product, and you do need a very, very small amount. So this is going to last you a very, very long time. Now, you can also use it to put in your hair, and I really am doing this with silicone lube, and it will get rid of the frizzies, and it'll also make your hair shiny. Just don't use a lot. Now, it's also latex compatible. However, when it comes to Sliquid Silk and to Sliquid Silver, I would personally not suggest using these with silicone products. The great thing with silicone products is the fact that they are non-porous. If you use a silicone lube with a silicone product, there's a very likely chance that over time it will break it down, and you don't want to do that. Now, because Silk is a hybrid mix, you might be able to use it, but I just wouldn't chance it. If you have a water-based lube, then just use that instead. Whether you're new to the idea of lubes, use them all of the time, have a favorite brand that you're getting a little bit tired of and want to try something new, or simply want to invest in a quality brand of lubricants that are definitely worth the money, I would highly suggest Sliquid. Not only are they very affordably priced for the level of quality that you're getting, but they're also respectfully and professionally packaged, vegan-friendly, and free from all of the harsh chemicals and cheap fillers that you're going to find in a lot of lesser quality brands that also usually charge much higher prices. For those of you that want more information on each of these products, I have written a mini review of them on my blog, and I have posted the link below. And for those of you that want to purchase them, I am going to ask that you head over to Eden Fantasies and get them there. They do have them at fantastic prices. Usually they have great sales going, and they have the full line of products. Now, again, if you support me in what I do, then please support the companies that support me. Without them, I am not able to make videos like these where I can compare products or review them for you and tell them what is worth your money and what's not. As always, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. The more subscriptions I get, the more videos I'll make, because I'll know that you guys are actually watching and learning. And for those of you that have any questions, comments, or concerns, please always go through my videos, website, or blog first, because more often than not, your answers can be found there. But that's pretty much it. I hope you're having a fantastic evening wherever you are. My name is Kara Sutra, and I have been your teacher for this evening.
So I headed down to the coffee shop for my mocha java frappuccino, the regular thing, you know. And he said, "Hey, would you like whipped cream on that?" And I thought, yeah.